Good morning, afternoon, evening. Good evening.
Good time of day.
Good time, Spikes. Today, this is the third episode of the Starvo Goliath Gauntlet. Once again, this is Classic Constructed. Once again, we know that Starvo is not going to be legal by the time this video comes out. This is a love letter. This is an appreciation. This is a send-off. This is a retirement party.
This is a retirement party for the big gay dad.
He put in so many weekends.
Yeah.
No
a
time
lot of
off.
work.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He mowed the lawn so many times. But yes, so this is going to be episode 3. And if you haven't watched the first 2 episodes, first of all, you should. Second of all, the idea here is that we are putting Starvo through a gauntlet of 5 different decks. This is Classic Constructed, of course, because Starvo does not come in young form. He is only the dad. He is not.
That is good.
Yeah, it would be weird otherwise. But yes, so this is going to be Classic Constructed. As with the other games, we are doing concise commentary. So we are going to put as much of ourselves into the beginning and end of these as possible so that you don't miss out too much, because I know we're very lovely and
I'm great.
I would miss me too.
I would miss me too.
But yes, so today against Starvo, I am going to be playing Dorinthea Iron Song, the classic warrior deck, the mind games. Got to put on my poker face and make sure that every single attack reaction that I have is they're all here at the same time, or they're not here at all at the same time, and you just won't know.
That's the head game.
That's the head game. So with that, I'm going to be playing the Dawnblade version of Dorinthea, because I feel like having consistent pressure is probably very strong in CC. So hopefully I'll be able to get some counters on it early and continue swinging for large points of damage. Then I have the Arcanite Skullcap on my head, just the best defensive option for warriors. Unfortunately, the Helm of Sharp Eye, as much as I love it, is wildly inconsistent and only blocks for 1. So instead, this blocks for 3, and that's fine. And then we have the Courage Bladehold, good for mostly blocking, but then also you can have, a turn where you're attacking twice and you're a little bit lean on cards. You can just pop that instead, and it is Tunic Plus. It adds 2 resources technically, and blocks for 2. It's crazy. We also have the Braveforge Bracers. Once again, just a bunch of block, and also sometimes you get to weave in an extra 1 damage. And when you're looking to hit at all with Dawnblade to get 1 extra damage in there, that counts. Then we also have the Refraction Bolters, just to give stuff go again, because Dawnblade does not inherently have go again, and so you can lead to some very awkward scenarios when you want to attack twice, but you just don't have it in you. And once again, coming to the table in the red corner, weighing. He's probably about 350, right? It's all muscle and hair. But
yeah, muscle and hair.
We have Starvo. We have Starvo, the contender. Yeah.
The big gay dad.
The defending champ.
The defending champion of this gauntlet. For anyone who is not familiar, or maybe you haven't seen the other episodes, Bravo is an elemental guardian hero that gets to harness all of the powers of Arya and punch really hard. At the start of my turn, I can reveal cards from my hand of all 3 elements, Earth, Lightning, and Ice, to give an attack with cost 3 or greater, dominate, +2, and go again. To supplement this, we have an Icy Hammer. We have an Icy Shield.
Keep them in the fridge.
We have a Crown of Seeds. We have our Fiendal Spring Tunic. We have a Crater Fist. And we have an Ironhide Legs for a little bit of extra block on maybe some of those more defensive turns. I won the die roll again. Yes. For the 3rd game in the row, which is fantastic.
I know.
And so we will be moving to a commentary and overhead, and we will see you again at the end.
Let's get right into it. Cayleigh won the die roll, so she's going first. She starts out by ticking up her tunic to 1. She slams in with Winter's Wail, pitching Blue Winter's Grasp to pay for it. Because there's an ice card in the pitch zone, if it hits, this will make a Frostbite. Bill blocks for a total of 6 with a red Iron Song response and a yellow Warrior's Valor. After that, Cayleigh arsenals 1 card and passes over to Bill. Bill wastes no time. He plays a red Warrior's Valor, giving his next weapon attack +3, and if it hits, it gains go again. He then attacks with Dawnblade for 6, pitching a blue hit and run. Cayleigh activates her Crown of Seeds, pitching a yellow Evergreen. She blocks with Ironhide Legs and Glacial Footsteps for 5, spending 1 for the Ironhide trigger, preventing 6 total damage. Bill attack reacts with Singing Steelblade, giving Dawnblade +1, and triggers Reprise because Cayleigh blocked with a card from her hand. This lets Bill search his deck for an attack reaction. He banishes it, and he can play it this chain link. He grabs a Glint of Quicksilver, playing it and giving Dawnblade go again, and it draws him a card. Cayleigh defense reacts with a red Sink Below. With both players still at 40, Bill arsenals one card and passes over to Cayleigh. Cayleigh takes up her Tunic to 2, and attacks with Winter's Wail again, this time pitching a blue Disable. No Frostbite here, but Bill will take 4 damage. She arsenals a card and passes back to Bill. Bill plays a Steelblade Supremacy from his arsenal, targeting Dawnblade, giving it +2 for the rest of the turn. And if it hits, draw a card. To do this, he pitches a blue Hit and Run. He then plays a red Nature's Path Pilgrimage, giving his next weapon attack +3, and if it hits, if there are no cards in Arsenal, he can reveal the top card of his deck, and if it's an action card, he can then add it to his arsenal. He then swings in with a big ol' Dawnblade for 8 damage. Cayleigh activates Crown of Seeds, pitching Oakenold. She then blocks with a Stalagmite for 2, giving Bill a Frostbite token. Cayleigh pitches a Channel Lake Frigid to play a red Turn Timber, fusing it with Breakground to defend for an additional 8. Still no damage getting through, Bill arsenals one card and ends his turn. On Cayleigh's turn, she's just going to take up her Tunic to 3 and arsenal one card, then draw back up to hand size. Bill plays Spoils of War, pitching an Energy Potion, giving his next weapon attack +2, go again, and if it hits, make 2 copper. He then attacks with his Dawnblade for 5. Cayleigh removes 3 counters from her Tunic to activate Crown of Seeds. She declares no blocks, Cayleigh takes 4 damage, and he hasn't done it yet, but Bill will eventually make 2 copper. Dorinthea's ability then triggers. Bill plays a yellow Hit and Run to give his next weapon attack +2, and attacks with the Dawnblade for another 5. Cayleigh defense reacts with a red Staunch response, pitching a blue Flash, blocking for a total of 7. Bill passes the turn. Cayleigh takes up her Tunic to 1, and attacks with her Winter's Wail for 4, pitching blue Glacial Footsteps. Bill doesn't block, and he takes 4 damage. Cayleigh arsenals one card and passes her turn. Bill plays Steelblade Supremacy, pitching a blue Hit and Run, then swings in with his Dawnblade for 5. If this hits, it's going to draw him a card. Cayleigh defense reacts with a Turn Timber, pitching Winter's Grasp and fusing with Evergreen, blocking for 8. Then she activates her Crown of Seeds. With no damage getting through, Bill passes the turn, arsenaling one card. Starting off turn 5, Cayleigh initially forgets her Tunic trigger, then arsenals a card, and catches the miss trigger, taking up the Tunic to 2. She draws up to hand size and passes back to Bill. Bill plays a red Sharpened Steel to give his next weapon attack +3, then attacks with Dawnblade, pitching blue Overpower for a total of 6 attack. Cayleigh activates Crown of Seeds, pitching Crippling Crush, then declares no blocks and takes 5 damage. Bill triggers Refraction Bolters, destroying them to give Dawnblade go again, and triggers Dorinthea. Bill attacks with the Dawnblade again, this time for 3 damage. Cayleigh again declares no blocks, so Bill plays a red Stroke of Foresight to give the Dawnblade +3 attack, dealing a total of 6. Dawnblade triggers, gaining a +1 attack counter. Bill ends his turn. Cayleigh starts her turn by ticking up her Tunic to 3, then triggers Bravo's ability, revealing a blue Evergreen, blue Heaven's Claws, and a Channel Lake Frigid. This gives her next attack that costs 3 or more, +2 attack, dominate, and go again. She pitches the 3 revealed cards to play a Crippling Crush for 13 damage. Bill blocks with Courage of Bladehold and his Bracers for a total of 4, taking 9 damage. Crippling Crush makes him discard 2 random cards, which were Twinning Blade and Command and Conquer. Cayleigh draws up to hand size and passes the turn. Bill starts off his turn by pitching a red Razor Reflex to attack with Dawnblade. Cayleigh blocks with Crater Fist and blue Winter's Grasp for a total of 5. With nothing else to do, Bill draws up to hand size and passes it back to Cayleigh. Cayleigh starts out her turn by triggering Bravo again, this time revealing a blue Icy Encounter, a yellow Evergreen, and a blue Lightning Surge. She pitches the Lightning Surge to attack with Evergreen for 8 with Go Again and Dominate. Bill's got no blocks and takes all of it on the chin. Cayleigh arsenals one card and passes the turn. Bill starts off his turn by activating Courage of Bladehold, making sword attacks cost 1 less for the rest of the turn. He plays a red Hit and Run, giving his next sword attack Go Again, then attacks with Dawnblade for 3. Cayleigh activates a Tunic to make a resource, which allows her to activate Crown of Seeds. She then blocks with blue Breakground for an additional 2. As an attack reaction, Bill plays Twinning Blade from his arsenal to attack with Dawnblade an additional time this turn. Bill breaks the combat chain to play a red Nature's Path Pilgrimage by pitching a red Warrior's Valor to give his next attack +3, and if it hits, if there's no card in arsenal, he can reveal the top card of his deck. If it's an action card, he can put it face down in his arsenal. Bill attacks with Dawnblade for 6, and Cayleigh declares no blocks. Bill reveals Ironsong Determination and puts it in his arsenal. Then passes the turn. Cayleigh takes up her tunic to 1 and triggers Bravo, revealing blue Breakground, blue Heaven's Claws, and blue Blizzard. She pitches Heaven's Claws to attack with Breakground for 8 with Go Again and Dominate. Bill blocks with red Razor Reflex and his Skullcap for 4, taking a total of 4 damage. Cayleigh pitches Blizzard to attack with Winter's Wail. And because there's an ice card in the pitch zone, if it hits, this is going to make a Frostbite token. Bill blocks with red Dauntless and Braveforge Bracers for a total of 4. Then Cayleigh arsenals a card and ends her turn. On Bill's turn, he pitches a red Razor Reflex to attack for 3 with Dawnblade. Cayleigh activates Crown of Seeds by pitching a blue Break Ground. Then declares no blocks and takes a total of 2 damage. Bill passes the turn. On Cayleigh's turn, she ticks up Tunic to 2, then pitches yellow Breakground and blue Flash to attack with a red Spinal Crush for 9. Bill blocks with yellow Warrior's Valor, red Sharpened Steel, and red Nature's Path Pilgrimage for a total of 9. Bill takes no damage, Cayleigh arsenals 1 card, and passes to Bill. Bill's got no cards in hand, so he'll draw up to hand size and pass right back. Cayleigh takes up her tunic to 3 and triggers Bravo again, this time revealing Pulsive Candlehold and blue Icy Encounter. She pitches the blue Icy Encounter to attack with blue Breakground from her arsenal for 7 with Go Again and Dominate. Bill blocks with red Sharpened Steel, taking a total of 4. Cayleigh pitches the Pulsive Candlehold to play Channel Lake Frigid. At the end of her turn, she adds 1 flow counter to Channel Lake Frigid and puts the Icy Encounter on the bottom of the deck, then arsenals 1 card and passes the turn. Bill pitches blue Steelblade Shunt to attack with a Command and Conquer for 6. Cayleigh doesn't block, takes 6, and has to destroy the card in her arsenal, which was a red Turn Timber. Bill passes the turn. On Cayleigh's turn, she activates Crater Fist by pitching blue Heaven's Claws. This gives all crush attacks +2 this turn. She then comes in with a Spinal Crush for 11, pitching blue Flash and blue Glacial Footsteps. Bill says goodbye to all 4 cards in his hand and blocks for 12. Cayleigh puts a second flow counter on Channel Lake Frigid, and it's then destroyed. Cayleigh passes to Bill, who's got an empty hand, so he draws up to 4 and passes it right back. At the beginning of Cayleigh's turn, she triggers Bravo, revealing Pulsive Volthaven and red Evergreen. She pitches the Pulsive Volthaven, a red Sink Below, and a red Staunch Response to attack with red Evergreen for 9. This one's got Go Again and Dominate. Bill blocks with the blue Overpower and his Skullcap for 4, taking a total of 9 damage. Cayleigh passes the turn. Bill plays a yellow Ironsong Determination to give Dawnblade +1 and Dominate this turn. He then plays a yellow Hit and Run to give his next weapon attack Go Again, and then follows it up with a Dawnblade attack pitching blue Steelblade Shunt. This is 4 damage with Go Again and Dominate. Cayleigh declares no blocks, and they go to reactions. Cayleigh pitches a blue Winter's Bite to play Pulsive Eisenloft and block for 6 damage. Bill attack reacts with red Stroke of Foresight, giving it +3, pushing 1 damage through. This allows Bill to attack again with Dawnblade for 4 with Dominate. Cayleigh declares no blocks and takes the full 4. Bill triggers Dawnblade, and since it hit twice in 1 turn, it gets a +1 attack counter. Bill ends his turn. Cayleigh pitches blue Winter's Bite to attack with Winter's Wail for 4. If this hits, it's going to create a Frostbite token. Bill blocks with red Dauntless and red Out for Blood for a total of 6. Cayleigh arsenals 1 card and passes the turn. Bill pitches a Singing Steelblade to attack with Dawnblade for 4. Cayleigh removes 3 counters from her tunic to activate Crown of Seeds. Cayleigh adds her tunic and a blue Disable to the Crown of Seeds for a total of 5 damage blocked. Bill attack reacts by playing Singing Steelblade, Reprise triggers, and he finds and banishes Glint of Quicksilver. He plays the Glint, giving Dawnblade Go Again, and he draws a card. He pitches Heart of Fiendal to activate Braveforge Bracers, gaining 1 life. Because Dawnblade didn't hit this turn, Bill removes the counter from it and passes. Cayleigh attacks with Oakenold, pitching blue Evergreen and fusing it with a red Evergreen and a blue Winter's Bite. This gives it +2 and Dominate for a total of 9 damage. Bill defense reacts with a blue steel blade shunt blocking 4, which is not enough to keep Bravo star of the show at bay, resulting in Bill's demise.
Well, that wraps up game 3, and I will say that was closer than the other games.
Yeah, that was... Honestly, that game felt really good.
Yeah. There was the only sort of awkward thing I had, there was a bit of a misstep mid-game where I just kept drawing hands of all reds. So it's like if I wanted to block with something, then it means I really I can't even cast an additional thing. Can't even play an additional card. So it just made it a little bit awkward to keep my pressure on. You did a really good job of blocking Dawnblade early to prevent counters, which felt fine for me because you were not able to put on pressure as early, but then you just have the big swing turns of being able to Crippling Crush or Oaken.
Yeah, there was the one turn there where I took 5 and then 6 from Dawnblade, but I was just in my hand staring at 3 elements and a Crippling Crush, and I'm just I can take 12 to smack back for 13.
Yeah, it's stuff like that, especially if the 13 means that I have fewer cards in my hand.
Exactly, it just causes so much tempo.
Yeah, as much pressure as I was putting on early, one turn lets you kind of undo it with the amount of disruption that the Guardian cards have, which is pretty crazy. But
there were some turns that game where my draws were just so awkward.
Yeah.
I was getting 2 elements and 2 Guardian cards, and there was the one turn towards the end there where I had the red Evergreen fused off of Starvo, pitching 2 defense reactions and a Pulse of Volthaven. So it's yes, I get these out, but if we somehow get to second cycle where I draw that hand again, that's gonna feel so awkward.
Yeah, that was it was just a weird game. I would have actually loved to feel like we were going to get to second cycle at all in this matchup, because the list that I pulled from,
we were too far.
It was getting there.
Yeah.
I think the thing about Starvo though is that just dominate allows you to sort of circumvent that quite a bit, having access to very large hands with dominate or very large attacks with dominate. But the list that I pulled from for this Dorinthea deck had a one of that was extremely spicy that I ended up siding out, unfortunately, but I was really impressed by it. Last ditch effort. Just for the random pitch this early for resources and then late come in for 7 with go again, in addition to other stuff. It would have been really fun, but I didn't feel confident that we were going to go that long. So
fair. If it goes that long, it's probably pretty heavily in my favor.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad for one of us for sure.
Yeah.
But so that'll wrap it up for game 3. That was a good one. We have 2 more in the works. Hopefully Starvo doesn't 5-0, although if he does, then it's
first 5-0 gauntlet.
It also just makes sense. Banned hero goes 5-0. Maybe there's a reason.
Here's why.
Yeah, when people ask in the future, why is Starvo the first hero to get Living Legended? We can just be
point back to this gauntlet.
Yeah, just send a YouTube link.
Exactly. Perfect.
Yeah, but anyway, that'll wrap it up for this game. Thank you so much at home for watching. Thank you, Cayleigh, for playing.
Of course. Happy to be here.
And we're happy to have you. Stay well, stay safe, and we will see you in the next one.
Hey, thanks for checking out the Spike Feeders on YouTube. Before you close the window, make sure you click subscribe for more great Flesh and Blood content.